All right, I am back. It is time. We are going to be reacting to this new Rusted song, Until the End, featuring Lorien, I think is their name. Uh, the song released today, a couple hours ago. Probably closer to like 3 or 4 hours rather than the two it says here. But yeah, we're here. We're gonna react to this now. So first, obviously, go watch the original. Ugh. Uh, And then at some point when you're done watching the original, if you want to come back and watch this, that's fine. I don't know why you'd be here if you haven't seen the original. But yeah. Anyway, three, two, one, click.
So if the world's not on our side, I'll look towards the sunlight, oh, towards the pain. And if we're
Test. Okay,
all
cool. It is
against
working.
the tide, I'll try to make it alright. I'll try to make a change until the
Sorry, give me a second. First off, video looked great. Who was doing that? Video by Lane. Okay. Shout out to Lane. Um, yeah, I wanted to make sure my mic was working, which it seems to be. Video is working. All right, cool. Everything's working fine. All right, let me try again. My fault.
So if the world's not on our side, I'll look towards the sunlight, oh, towards the pain. And if we're all against the tide, I'll try to make it alright. I'll try to make a change until the end.
I don't need a purpose or meaning, I'm just a cog inside a system till the day I stop breathing. Cause when you stop and take a listen, there's no breaking the screaming. And when the bodies keep on falling, there's no way I'm retreating. Cause when they're dead, no, we can hear the pounding and pleading with every head. I can make amends with my demons until the end. Cause there's another rat to keep feeding. We keep on bandaging our bodies, but we can't stop the bleeding. I don't mean to tempt fate, feel I'm only dead weight.
Okay. Okay. I see where he's going with this. Obviously, this deals with Yuji's brief, I wouldn't say brief actually, but his like self-loathing that really comes to the forefront after, or not even after, but in Shibuya, specifically after what happens with Sukuna and what he does. Um, Spoilers for season two, even though I'm sure you've already seen it. Um, yeah, it's a little hard to like pick something out of the vocals or the out of the lyrics to lock in on for me. But it is very apparent what he's going for. So yeah.
Bet the fangs of walls, but with tools and a death game. Readjust my headspace, man is made of flesh. They say I'm just a pawn, but this pawn gets the check. See another me in the pools and the red stains. I can hardly breathe when I'm pulled to the edge. They falling on the streets and they crawl through the depths. Make puddles out of meat that are calling the next day. They say I'm used to danger. How we all change when we screw with nature. Watching their face for their true behavior. Put a bullet in my body, make them choose the chamber.
I am trying to find the person that they said I couldn't be. I am trying to find the person who thinks that look the same as me.
Not to interrupt this obviously going to be glorious drop. Um, Let me just clarify this, even though nobody asked. I'm not a manga JK. I did start and then like catch up around the time that the movie came out, JJK Zero movie. I read the manga for the movie because I couldn't watch the movie in theaters. Um, and then after I read that, I decided to pick up the manga, and I picked up the manga and I read all of Shibuya, basically caught up right as Culling Games had started. And I fucking hated Culling Games. Culling Games sucked. Um, and I was in the middle of a fight between, I think the characters' names were Hikari, which is the slot machine guy, and then is it Kashimo? He's the electric guy. I was in the middle of a fight between those two, and that's when I stopped. Or maybe it was like a little bit after that, something with Maki. Um, I just couldn't get into it anymore. I was so bored, and I just didn't care. But I know the manga's been popping off recently. I know there was like a big thing with Sukuna with chapter 257 it just released. Um, I'm not going to speak on it because I don't want to spoil anybody on that. Um, but yeah, I'm not a manga reader, though I have been tempted to pick it back up recently because of A, season two, which ended actually at this point it would have been a couple of months. And then like the manga's actually decent again, it seems. So I might give Culling Games another shot since I can just read it straight through. Just pick right up at the end of Shibuya in the manga and then read all the way up. Anyway,
So if
let me. No, 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 no.
I'm
There we
trying to
go.
find the person that they said I couldn't be, I am trying to find the person who thinks that look the same as me. So if the world's not on your side, I'll look towards the sunlight, I'll look towards the pain. And if we're all against the tide, I'll try to make it alright, I'll try to make a change until the end.
Maybe you've forgotten your faith when you're coasting through life. You get lost in the waves. No, I don't.
This is very different than what I expected it to be, admittedly. I knew like the direction he was going to go into, or we're going to go into, Rustage and Lorien. I kind of already knew that, but it also still feels very different from what I expected. So I think that's nice. Um, it's like almost an emotional pop song, if that makes sense. But yeah, anyway.
Don't wanna die, but that's not gonna change. Way I walk off the line like a moth to a flame. Got it bottled away, locked into place, stuck. Rot in the grave, not gonna wake up. Shot in the face, wanted to taste blood. I got clots in my veins, knots in my brain. Start with the flips of the coin, like I never land even. Give me a choice, then regretting my reasons. Sift through the noise and deliver my grievance. Built to destroy, but can sever my freedoms. You could chase a day or the season. I won't ever sway in allegiance. I won't ever break or be weakened. Look into my face, I'm a beacon. I am not the monster that lays in the deep
If the
end.
world's not on your side, I'll look towards the sunlight, I'll look towards the pain. And if we're all against the tide, I'll try to make it alright, I'll try to make a change until the end.
Never once cared for my own life. Keep fighting till I drop or we both die. Hearts on the sleeves, but I don't wanna show mine. Storms on the seas break crews, but the boat's fine. Hope they don't cry. Hit their pleas like a breeze on the low chimes. No belief when you see me with closed eyes. In the trees, there's a beast of my own kind.
I'm trying to find the person that they said I couldn't be. I am trying to find the person who thinks that look the same as me. 'Cause if the world's not on your side, I'll look towards the sunlight, I'll look towards.
I hear him in the background, very faint, but I hear his bitch ass in the background. I know he says that he can't sing, and admittedly, I think it's just one of those things where I think he's also said it himself. He doesn't have a good voice for singing. Um, but I remember when he had his Mahito track that came out a while back. What was it called? It was like Going Down or something like that. Hold on, I have it on my phone. I'm sorry, just give me 1 second. I just want to know the name of the track because the point I'm trying to make is that in his Mahito song, um, was it what was it called? No, that's not it. Anyway, he made a Mahito song a while back, and I enjoyed it immensely. It was one of my favorites from him, funnily enough. And I think a lot of it is because of the way he sang the chorus. 'Cause he sang the chorus himself, and then in the final one, he got McGuire on some background vocals, which were good. Um, I think Rustage uses his voice when it comes to singing almost in the wrong way, if that makes sense. Where instead of using it for like melodic stuff, he should go more into the creepy side of things because I think his voice is naturally like his singing voice in particular is naturally like almost like nasally. So if he were to like sing like if he were to make a song with like a creepier vibe, say he does a Sukuna song, right? Even though I think he'd probably go different with a Sukuna song than what I'm thinking of. But if he were to do a Sukuna song or a Geto song or just a song with a creepy character and had like that nasally like skin crawling vocal tone as like the forefront of the idea behind like the chorus, I think it would work just fine. Um, Lorien, obviously, as far as this chorus goes, is doing a fantastic job. I'm going to say they because I don't, don't ever want to assume. They have a very lovely voice. Um, but yeah, it's just if by some miracle Rustage sees this, uh, don't take my word for anything. I am just a reactor. I don't do music theory. I'm just saying, personally, your Mahito song, and this is directed to Rustage. Your Mahito song was fantastic. Your most recent one, which it's been like months at this point. Uh, and I liked it a lot because you sang the chorus, and I think the way you sang it added a lot of like a more creepy element, and I think that works very, very well. Anyway, let's just finish this out.
And if we're all against the tide, I'll try to make it alright. I'll try to make a change until the end. Until the end. 'Cause I won't change until the end.
Great song, great song. I don't have too much else to say about it. Um, yeah, that's just I don't got anything else to say. Leave a like here if you want to. I would appreciate it. Um, yeah, that's all from me. I will see y'all next time.